Hey Jayhawks, welcome back to Off the Boulevard. I'm your host Jasmine.
And I'm your other host Matthew.
Today we have exciting new segments.
First up, we have news with Becky and Alana. After that, we'll have food fight with Kate and Armand. And following that, we'll have what's poppin' with Matthew and Tamaya.
And after that, we'll have weather with Madison and sports with Jake and Corey. Stay tuned after the intro for our news update. Welcome back to Off the Boulevard. My name is Alana.
And I'm Becky.
And today we'll be giving you your news update.
Last Wednesday, President Trump met with survivors of the Parkland shooting to discuss gun laws. Several of the students pitched their own ideas about gun control at the meeting, such as raising the minimum age to purchase a firearm. Trump has responded with ideas of his own, both in the meeting and later through Twitter. Most recently, Trump has called for training and arming teachers in an attempt to protect schools against shooters. In a tweet Thursday morning, Trump said that highly trained teachers would serve as a deterrent to school shooters, and that a gun-free school is a magnet for bad people. Until gun laws are changed, several student survivors of the Parkland shooting have been organizing protests such as school-wide walkouts. A march on Washington, D.C., organized by several Parkland students called March for Our Lives, was announced on CBS and will act as a call for stricter gun laws. The march will take place on March 24th.
The Marvel film Black Panther made a whopping $361 million in the box office during its first week. Not only did Black Panther receive 97% on Rotten Tomatoes, but the star-studded predominantly black cast has left a major mark on the black community. Since opening night, children have been dressing like their favorite characters, and we're excited to see superheroes that look like them. Representation definitely matters, and with that being said, Wakanda forever.
Reverend Billy Graham died at the age of 99. Graham was one of the most famous evangelists in the world and has been called America's pastor. Graham first found fame after appearing as a guest on a radio show in 1949, and shortly afterwards began broadcasting his sermons globally. Graham met with and provided counsel for every U.S. president from Harry Truman to Barack Obama. Graham spent over 6 decades on television and hosted an annual show called Billy Graham Crusades, which ran until his retirement in 2005. Many politicians and celebrities have spoken out in reaction to Graham's death, including country star Carrie Underwood and professional athlete Tim Tebow.
What is it like to carry a gun while also working as a school teacher? In the heat of the school shooting in Parkland, Florida, there is a debate growing about what to do to protect students from shootings. President Trump said he's interested in arming teachers and other school staff. At least 4 states are considering legislation that would allow educators to carry a concealed firearm in schools. 8 states already do. There are many concerns about the gun policy in America, but we'll keep you up to date on the next episode of South Park.
Snapchat stock has plummeted after a tweet by reality TV star Kylie Jenner. Jenner tweeted out that she no longer used the app on Wednesday afternoon, and shortly after, Snapchat stock fell by 8.4%, which is about $1.6 billion. Jenner has 24.5 million followers on Twitter and has been very influential on Snapchat in the past few years. Snapchat has had other problems regarding their recent design update, which has received serious criticism from users. Over 1 million people have signed an online petition asking Snapchat to remove the update and return the app to its former design. Daniel Ives, a strategy officer at GBH Insights, believes that the Snapchat dive in stock is a result of the update as well as Jenner's vocal criticism, and that the drop was so sudden because Jenner carries a loud mouthpiece that speaks to today's knee-jerk reaction in shares. That's all for today's news update. We'll be back after the break with our brand new segment, Food Fight.
When you shop local in the heart of the city, you support the people that make our community thrive. The money you spend here stays here, in this place we call our home. Lawrence, Kansas, where there's good old-fashioned hometown pride. Eat local, drink local, shop local.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Make someone's day. Pay it forward.
Welcome back to Off the Boulevard. I'm Kate,
And I'm Armand.
and this is our first episode of our new segment. We're super excited.
We're very excited.
So our new segment is Food Fight, all about food. I personally love food, and that's why I decided to do this. I'm always eating, always talking about food. Love food. I hope you love food.
I love food.
Hope you guys love food. So pretty much what we're just going to be doing is talking about food, sometimes eating food this whole time. And I mean, what's better than talking about food?
Eating food.
You're very right. And honestly, I'm pretty hungry right now. I kind of missed my morning breakfast, my morning snack, which leads me into our first topic for our first segment. Armand, do you know what February is?
You know, Kate, I don't really know what February is.
Well, let me tell you what February is. February is National Snack Month.
Wow.
Exciting, right?
Yes.
I mean, to be honest, I'm always snacking.
Me too. Yeah, sometimes once I got in college, I really started snacking. Some of my favorite are Gushers or fruit roll-ups to switch with my everyday meals. But my all-time favorite has to be a drink, the Fruit Punch Capri Sun. Specifically the one that has the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the box, because those always taste the best.
They probably have like an extra punch to them.
An
The
extra,
Ninja
yeah,
Turtles.
extra punch with a red bandana.
Honestly,
And
Gushers are always great. They've been there since day
always
one.
great. I once had 20 in a span of 5 days, but
That's impressive.
very exciting, yes.
Well, one of my favorite snacks is fruity too. It's strawberries and Nutella, although most of the time I forget to go buy the strawberries. So one week I just ended up eating the entire jar of Nutella straight, just like spoon feeding the Nutella to myself.
Wow.
Finished the jar in a week. A little disgusting, but honestly I think it's impressive. I might put it on my resume.
It's a very easy snack.
And I actually did find this video of super easy snacks for college kids to make. All you need is a mug or a plate, microwave, and food. You can make things like mac and cheese in a mug. You just put noodles,
cheesy.
water, stick it in the microwave, add a little cheese. You can even make an omelet in a mug.
Excellent.
Exactly. You just
Yes.
crack an egg, put in the other ingredients that you want, eat it out. You can even just stick a potato, just cut open a potato.
Potato, easy.
Exactly. You just stick the potato in the microwave, and then you've got a snack meal.
You know,
And we're gonna link that video to our Twitter later, so you guys can go see it, watch it, eat it. It's great.
and try it out for yourself. And those are some easy, delicious snacks. But what are some crazy snacks that you try?
Well, one of the weirdest things that I've eaten that I actually really like is white cheddar Cheez-Its with green Tabasco sauce.
Okay.
Everyone tells me it's weird. I know it's weird, but it's cheesy, it's tangy, it's spicy. I like it. It's weird, but
I've never heard of that, but there's things that are even more weird. When we searched the internet and found a list of a lot of weird, disgusting snacks, we found a few that we wanted to show you.
our first one is peanut butter and pickles.
Yes.
So that was interesting.
Pickles dipped in peanut butter. That seems like something, some people like peanut butter, some people like pickles, but
I can't imagine someone who likes both.
you're trying to get
together.
like Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus, the best of both worlds, and not always you can, but
They attempted. Well, the next one I actually think looks kind of good. Pretzels wrapped in fruit roll-ups. I think this one could actually turn out to be okay. It's a little sweet, kind of tangy, and it's like that sweet and salty.
I don't know.
Chewy and crunchy.
Pretzels and Fruit Roll-Ups is kind of like that perfect couple never meant to be. Like they're great, but they're great
Like me and
without
my
each
ex?
other. And then and then the next one, which was our personal favorite,
The most
is
disgusting, probably like my ex.
banana mayo sandwich. It was very exciting, not really, kind of bland. Probably
this one just
something
looks like
you want to ship to your ex. I don't know, but
Actually, I might send it to him.
but banana mayo sandwich. I don't know what they were thinking there. They were probably very desperate, very poor. Not the best idea we found on the internet.
Definitely most disgusting.
And then the last one we found was hot Cheetos mixed with tuna.
Okay, I love hot Cheetos. Those are definitely one of my favorite things. I'll eat those till I die, but if you put them in tuna,
You might die when you eat them, so we don't
That's
know.
a very
But
true statement. Interesting.
those are all very interesting.
Yes, so what we're going to do is on our Off the Boulevard Twitter and our personal accounts, we're going to put up a poll of these 4 disgusting, weird snacks of which ones you guys want to see us eat. So go and vote on those, and next week we will make it, we will try it, we'll probably puke from it, and we will give you our thoughts on just how disgusting that snack was. So make sure to go and vote on which snack you want to see us try.
Stay tuned. We'll see you guys next week, and stay tuned after the break.
What if we let our insecurities guide our days?
What if I'm not enough?
What if I'm not pretty enough?
What if I'm not smart enough?
Active enough?
Fit enough?
Popular enough?
What if I'm not perfect enough?
Stop. Stop.
Stop.
Stop.
Breathe.
Open yourself to positivity.
Take a drive.
You.
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 You are enough.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Hey everyone, welcome to our new segment. It's called What's Poppin'. I'm your host Matthew.
And I'm Tamaya.
And for this segment, what we do is we talk about a new movie every week and just what we think of it and then upcoming movies.
Yep. So first this week we're going to talk about Black Panther because, of course. So Black Panther, how did you like that? How
Overall, I thought it was amazing.
Amazing movie.
One of the main things I liked was just in general the plot was very well done. I believe that like out of a lot of the Marvel movies I'd seen, it's been very well developed. But a thing that interested me is like most Marvel heroes, it's like they get it and they're that one person that they're special, they get that power. Whereas the Black Panther was kind of an inherited power that passed from king to king.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool too. I don't want to spoil everything, so I'm going to try not to. But I really like the whole concept of the power being switched from one person rather than just one person taking over the entire world and being just one Black Panther. So, yeah.
I also like the idea of just like how the Wakandans, the fictional nation that this movie focuses on, it's they're more guarded against the outside world, not because they're scared of them, but just to protect the outside world, I guess, from themselves.
Yeah.
But I believe like the ending, it's again, I'm not spoiling anything. I just loved how it like pushed for an idea of cooperation after the movie finished.
Did you get to watch, okay, so there's this whole thing on Twitter, right, saying that it's actually 3 ending segments, right? So did you watch any of those? Because I only watched one.
I watched the ending and then the mid-credits scene, but the post-credits scene I left beforehand, so I didn't get to see that.
So if you go see the movie, do not leave after all the stars comes on and all the credits roll up. Don't do it. because you will be so sad and you'll be so mad at yourself like me. You'll be in my position, you don't want to be me. But there are 3 post-credit, like, deleted scenes.
It's kind of like extra scenes. They've been doing it since like Avengers, so it's nothing new.
So there's 3 of them. Don't leave the theater until you see
next
3.
thing I want to talk about though, like the costumes for the movie.
The costumes.
Those were so
So
amazing.
they were actually, especially in the scene, the big fight scene, that's not a spoiler, there are multiple tribes from all over Wakanda. And those tribes are actually, their costumes are actually inspired by real African tribes.
Yeah.
Which is really cool to me.
Yeah, I know. I was looking it up, and the person who made the costumes is Ruth Carter, and she said for a lot of her design elements, she focused on making sure that people were protecting the king, but not necessarily like trying to show off any of the male or female body, which I thought was like very interesting because it was staying true more to the tradition of like African nations.
Yeah, I loved also that all the women, all the black women in the movie had either natural hair or bald.
Yes.
So I thought that was really important to recognize because not a lot of times you look on TV, first of all, you don't see a lot of black superheroes on TV. And then you look and you see people, like if it was me, I have natural hair. So if I'm looking, I'm just like, wow, there's someone on TV that has natural hair.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I know this is tying a little bit back into plot, but it's also costumes. I also liked how like the movie like pushed like the idea of morals and then like what is most appropriate for current political climate. So I thought it was interesting how like even though there were things like they had followed tradition-wise for generations in Wakanda, it was pushed back to what's most politically like right and what should be done in this current time.
Yeah, I think it had a lot of ties to like current politics and how we can kind of like giving us some suggestions for what to do in the future.
Yeah.
So yeah. Also, can we move on to the soundtrack?
Yeah, let's go to music.
I would love to talk about the music because I'm a big music head. I love music. So the soundtrack actually is one of the most incredible things that's ever dropped in life. So I've been listening to it since like 2 weeks, whenever it came out, whenever it dropped. I think it's an amazing album. It's basically a lot of Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
He just spits bars and I love it.
I know that's not necessarily my genre, but I do like how it fit in with the movie and it was very well tied in. But I also liked if you were paying enough attention to like the movie, it didn't distract you from the movie, which was good because I paid more attention to plot than the actual music.
Yeah, and it also like it hyped you up when it needed to hype you up.
Yeah, when it needed to be there, it was there.
Yeah.
You want to go and move on?
Yeah, so also cultural relevance of the movie. The movie's very significant. We talked about it earlier in the show, but it's really good and empowering for black communities and just people in general. So a little bit of history behind Black Panther. It actually got inspired by a comic book, the movie itself, and then before that there's the Black Panther Party. So a lot of people tend to think that it just came up on its own, but it definitely didn't. It definitely had a history. But yeah, so I think that it's really cool that I heard that it actually sticks a lot to the comic and the storyline of the comic.
I heard it stayed like really pretty true.
I know nothing about the comic. I'm not gonna lie and
same
say
for
that
me.
I do. I'm not gonna lie and say that I do.
Overall, though, I really like, not spoiling or anything, I really like how the movie ended. I know the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, I was kind of nervous for where it was going to go after Infinity War, which comes up in May. But after seeing Black Panther, I'm not so dim about the future anymore. It looks like they have something really good set up for after those movies.
Right, I might actually be into superheroes now, you guys. They might have actually converted me.
I'm ready for another movie that comes out in a couple weeks, though.
Wrinkle in Time.
Yes, A Wrinkle in Time. I am so hyped.
Yes. So all this talk about Black Panther, we definitely have to plug A Wrinkle in Time because it's going to be amazing too. It's going to break records just as well.
It's a classic, and I'm so glad it's getting like a really good movie adaptation and like Oprah and all those other big stars in the movie.
Oprah. Just go for Oprah. Don't go for anybody else. Just go for or Mindy Kaling.
But yep, that'll be out March 9th.
March 9th.
I'm going to be ready to see it, hopefully premiere night.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely be there. So yeah, that is what we have for Black Panther.
I think that's what we have this week. So stay tuned next week for our next Movie Time segment, and we'll see you guys after the break for weather.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye.
Welcome back. I'm Madison and I'm here with your weather for today. I hope everyone's getting outside and enjoying the weather today. It's chilly, but it's definitely better than it has been. You know, the past 2 days we've had ice and snow and sleet constantly. So we've had 2 days off of class this week, and we hadn't had class canceled in KU since 2014. So it's been a while, and it probably will be a while before it happens again. But moving into our headlines for this week, we're going to have quite a change. You can see that for tonight, we have more rain on the way. Moving into temperatures, it's going to start to feel more like spring. And the sun will definitely be making an appearance this week. Right now, it is a brisk 35 degrees. We've got a high humidity, so it feels a lot colder than it is. It's partly cloudy and will continue to be because we have that storm moving in tonight. And we have this northeast wind, so we're up here, and this northeast wind will be moving this system up to us by this evening. So tonight we should see some showers going in through the night into this morning. So that's where we're going to have this 80% chance for rain tomorrow. But then after that, things are going to get so much nicer. We're going to see a high of 49 on Sunday, 57 on Monday for the game, and 64 on Tuesday. That'll be the highest temperature of the week. And then moving into the rest of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, and into Friday, we'll see a lot cooler temperatures. Thank you for watching. We'll be back with sports after the break.
The earthquakes you see in movies are one thing, but real life is a completely different animal. Just because you can't predict an earthquake doesn't mean that you can't prepare for one. In the event of a real earthquake, you should drop, cover, and hold on. Visit ready.gov/earthquake and practice what to do to keep you and your family safe in the event of a real earthquake. And you'll be seen as a hero by your family and your loved ones.
Visit ready.gov/earthquake today.
It's not always easy being a dad.
Do you have panda asthma too? Does that run in the family? This is the home of the most priceless kung fu artifacts.
But when you make an effort,
Dad, we're not supposed to touch anything. Oh, sorry. Go long, son.
It's always worth it.
Whoa, faster!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
I am gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
And welcome back to Off the Boulevard. I'm Jake Kaufman.
And I'm Corey Lewis Minkoff.
And just a brief reminder before we get started, KU baseball plays today at 1 o'clock, tomorrow at 2, and Sunday at 3. And then, but let's get right down to the nitty gritty. So this past week, huge game against Oklahoma.
Enormous.
And blow them out by 30 points, and it was really great to see this win after losing in Norman 85-80. Oklahoma had just no answer to this KU offense, and their defense as well was just phenomenal. What were your thoughts on the game, Corey?
This was definitely the best game that I think that that at least I've seen all season since like Tennessee State. And Tennessee State was not even a game. Like, that's not even a team to like sneeze at. And then when we look at Oklahoma, like Oklahoma was actually coming into this with a little bit more of reputation. I mean, they weren't like a great team this year so far, but still, like, we haven't been performing at our best either. So it was a little bit of a toss-up as to whether or not we were going to be able to perform very well. And KU just showed that like they really are not giving up this season. I mean, we shut out Trae Young. That's the biggest part of this story, I think, is that Trae Young is currently leading the nation in shooting and assists, and he only got 11 points this entire game overall. He was 3 for 13 shooting. So showing our defense and being able to block him out as one of the greatest offensive players in the game was really the biggest win, I think.
I couldn't have been more happy to see the frustration on Trae Young's face that game. Like you said, 3 for 13 shooting, only had 11 points. 4 points of those, I believe, came from the line. So just did not have his best game. The only nice shot he had was he had a nice turnaround jump shot from the beak. And besides that, just nothing.
It was a cool shot.
Like,
though.
honestly, it was a really cool shot. But a drive to the basket, it was either stripped away or blocked by Udoka. Just no answer.
You know, we're showing the highlight reel. If you're looking at this, when we see like these offensive plays, that all of these highlights that are coming are just like 3 after 3 after 3 from KU. We just saw one from Oklahoma too. But what was amazing about that KU game was that in the beginning, I mean, we led by 16 before Young even sank his first basket. And so from the very it wasn't a game where we had to like work up to get to that place. Like from the very beginning of the game, we were just on top of things and ready to play. We were playing as a team, I think, better really than any other time than this year. I mean, when you look at it, so Svi, LeGerald, Devontae, Malik, all of them led with double-digit points this entire game.
And you have to look at DeSosa also. You can't forget about him coming off the bench, having a great game. His best game of the season so far. He finally got some minutes, had some nice baskets, 10 points as well.
And I think that also gives us some hope for next season as well. Because DeSosa, 10 points like you said, in 13 minutes. Malik was a very big part of this story as well with 20 points, 4 for 6 of the threes. He's really starting to prove himself, I think. I've been saying that a lot more lately too, is that he's really starting to prove himself as a player who is ready to carry this team next season. And he's definitely starting to really get that torch from Devontae. Devontae is really ready to pass him the torch, I think, now. But really what we should be looking at is that when we come to play Texas Tech in this next game, we definitely have, Texas Tech should be very afraid, I think, of what's going to happen. I don't think that it's necessarily guaranteed that they're going to sweep with us.
Earlier in the season, just after that loss to Baylor just last week, it was looking like, man, things are getting iffy. I don't know if KU's going to win the Big 12. Their streak's in jeopardy. And then coming off a great comeback from behind win against West Virginia, coming down 10 points, blowing out Oklahoma by 30 points. It's really hard for me to see KU not winning the Big 12 and continuing their streak. And you just got to think, if not this year, when will KU not win the Big 12? Because next year as well, we have a great team coming in, and we should be favored to win it next year as well. So just when will this team not win the Big 12? I have no idea, and it's really just really fun to watch.
Phenomenal basketball. It's really fun. But you know what? I really think that what's really important this week, what I really want to talk about, it's still somewhat basketball related. The only thing that I care about is the national anthem and Fergie. So if you missed the national anthem at the NBA All-Star game, it really was just one of the most spectacular
That's a great way of
that I
putting
think
it.
that I've seen in my entire life. Do you have anything more to add on?
I mean, the game was fun and all. I really liked the way this All-Star game was set up. I liked Team LeBron, Team Curry, the draft and everything.
It set us up well.
Yeah, I think it was one of the better All-Star games we've seen in the past couple years. But at the end of the day, the national anthem was so bad
that really could be the only thing that you take away from
it. We actually have a
regardless
clip.
of what happened.
We have a clip of Fergie's national anthem. Can we get that clip playing?
The good thing about this was that I think we got everyone,
Jimmy
like
even
excited
happy.
for the game. Everyone's just so happy to be in this game right now. And then we got our big closer. Now let's play some basketball.
Honestly, the audacity that she has to say, let's play some basketball after that terrible national anthem.
I think that we were all just wanting to play some basketball.
After that, there's nothing more I wanted to watch than basketball.
But really, I think that this just stole the show. This made my entire year. It's all that I care about from now on. I don't even really care very much about sports anymore.
Honestly, I just want to watch Fergie sing the national anthem.
Yeah.
That's going to be my new alarm.
Yeah. Any other news that I think that would be important?
We actually, before we close the show, we did get some breaking news that Marcus Peters of the Kansas City Chiefs is being traded to the Los Angeles Rams. So
which is actually your birthday present that I gave you this year, because it's Jacob Cole Kaufman's birthday today, and you're turning 28? 29?
Yeah, 20.
20, yeah, right. Well, we've been very good friends for a very long time. You're just an incredible broadcaster, remarkable partner to work with on this show, and I wish you a million more years of sports broadcasting on this program, Jacob Cole Kaufman.
Thank you. Of course, as always, I'm Jacob Cole Kaufman.
And I'm Corey Lewis Minkoff, and them's the facts.